Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rodney Flowers here, and you know what time it is. That's right, it is Tackle It Tuesdays. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Spring has finally arrived, at least for the weather. It's nice, it's beautiful, it's warm, and I love it. I love this type of weather. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I want to come on here, share Tackle It Tuesday with you. Last week we talked about peak performance. And I gave you a couple of things that you could do in order to stay in a peak state, in order to perform in the zone, to always, at least 90% of the time, do well, be on your game, be in a place where you are performing, you're satisfied with your performance, you're performing the way you are expecting yourself to perform. And I talked about, well, when we are not performing that way, how do we get ourselves back into a peak state? And I talked about breathing, taking some deep breaths, doing little simple meditations, calming yourself down, taking a look at all of the things that take us out of a peak state, those negative emotions like anxiety, nervousness, lack of confidence, lack of focus. Maybe you're tired. Those types of things, and putting yourself back in that peak state where you're confident, you're all knowing, you just have this thing where you're just like overly confident about what it is that you're doing. You know you got it. You know you have the knowledge. You know you have the capability, and you don't have those things in you that will perhaps knock you off your game. And so today I want to give you some more things that will help you stay in that peak state. So tonight we're going to talk about the power of perception. What's the word? Perception. Yes, the power of perception. Because you and I both know whenever you are getting ready to go on stage or you're getting ready to perform, you're getting ready to do something, and you know it's going to require you to perform. It's going to require you to be at your best. Right? What happens? Like we talked about last week, those negative feelings, those negative emotions, all of that stuff shows up. It shows up, right? Now, we know we have some breathing techniques. We have some things that we can do. But I want to show you how the power of perception can also help you get into that peak state. Because a lot of times we have this idea about what the situation is going to look like, what the situation is going to turn out to be. And that's all your perception. A lot of times you're looking at things and you're like, if I don't do this, or if that goes this way, or if they say this, or you're just looking at the entire thing. Oh my God, there's so many people. Oh my God, what if, this what if factor start coming up. You are perceiving this event in a certain way. And it's not a powerful way. The way you perceive things, the way you interpret things, the way you interpret a big game, calm down, man. You've been playing basketball all your life. You're good. You just calm down, right? Calm your perception now. Put it back into the proper perception, the proper perspective. Got a little tongue tied there. The proper perspective. That's what we have to do. And it's so powerful when you can put things back into the proper perspective. The proper perspective. Because when you do, it's not so big. Like sometimes that perception, that immediate perception is overwhelming. And you're like, oh my God, this is such a big thing. We make a big deal out of things sometimes. And it's not that big of a deal. So, we talked about self-awareness last week. So bring your self-awareness back and become aware of how you are perceiving things. And if you're performing and you know your performance is subpar, take a look at your perception. What is your perception? Is it overwhelmed? Are you looking at the situation as if it's huge? If you are, you can break that down into smaller pieces. Bring it back into perspective. I know I was listening to a video about this football player. I can't remember his name. He used to be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, he played this Super Bowl a long time ago. And he performed like he had never performed before. And the Pittsburgh Steelers went on to win the Super Bowl. And so after the Super Bowl, they came up to this quarterback and they said, well, how did you perform so well? It seems like the tougher the game became, the more, you were relaxed and the better you played. He said, all game long, I was just saying to myself, it's just a game. It's just a game. You see that perspective? You see that perception? How many times in your life where you've been doing something and you've just made it like way too big? Do you see the power in that? It's just a game. And because it's just a game, even though it was the biggest game of his life, to everyone else, to him it was just a game. But that took all of the pressure off of him, and it allowed him to go out and perform at a peak state. So I have a question for you. Where are you not performing well? Where would you like to perform well in your life? And you know that there's some challenges. You know that there's some issues there. And you're trying to figure out how you can get around it because you know you want to perform. You want to knock this out of the park. How are you going to do that? It could be just a talk. It could be just a speech. It could be just a test. It could be just an exam. It could be just another interview. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? That's the way to do it. What's the worst thing? Because you know what? Even if it doesn't work out right, you're going to learn something from it. But we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and that pressure causes us not to be able to perform at our peak state. So you can't pressurize the situation. When you pressurize the situation, you put stress on it. And when you put all that stress, you're not fluid. You're not relaxed. You're not calm. And that's going to cause you to be off your game. And that is not peak performance. And that's what we're looking for. We're talking about peak performance here today. So how can we perform in a peak state? The power of perception can help you with that. And as you are taking a look at your perception of the event, sometimes that perception of the event can cause you to take a look at yourself. And it can cause you to say things to yourself that are negative. Say things to yourself that are not even true. You have this perception about things, and then you start getting this perception about you. Oh man, I'm not good enough. Ah man, I don't know. I don't know enough. This is going to be too big for me. I've never done this before. What are you saying to yourself? We talked about self-talk before. I've talked about that in other videos. But that perception could cause you to have a negative self-talk. It can cause you to talk to yourself in a negative way. But contrary to that, if you bring it back into perspective, sort of like the football player, it's just a game. So what do you think he was saying to himself? What do you think his self-talk was? I got this. We good. We're going to handle this. It's okay. They don't have us yet. And that is so powerful. And you're talking about being in a peak state. All chaos is going on around you, right? But because you can assess the situation, bring it back into perspective, it can cause you to have a confidence. It can cause you to say certain things to yourself that puts you in a place where you can just go out and boom, baby, you can perform. That's what I call peak performance. That's what I call peak performance. And that's what we're talking about, peak performance and the power of perception. You see, when you get that perception right, who knows what comes next? Who can tell me what happens when you get your perception right? Your focus, man, your focus. Yes, your focus. When you get that perception right, your focus, you can come back into focus. See, that's what the stress does. It interferes with your focus. That's what the pressure does. It interferes with your focus. And if you're not like zeroed in, if you're not dialed in, you can't perform. Not at your peak, not at your best. And so the power of perception, it can put things back in line. It can give you the right perspective about the situation. It can enhance your self-talk. It can bring back your focus. Because let's face it, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not operating in a peak performance, I'm going to tell you why. Here's why. 4 things. Time, energy, focus, and attention. That's it. Those 4 things right there. Your time, your energy, your focus, and attention. If you can put those 4 things to a situation with the power of perception, bringing all that in, your time, energy, focus, and attention, boom! Peak state, baby, all day long. You can't tell me it don't work. I do it all the time. Time, energy, and your focus. Your time, energy, and your focus. And so that's what you want to think about when it's time to perform. Giving it all of that, giving it your time, giving it your energy, giving it your focus, giving it your attention. Because when you do that, prior to and along with the power of the perception, that's what I call preparation, baby. That's what I call ready. Right there, ready. Because you've given it that work. You've given it that effort. You've given it that time. And when you've done that, that builds a self-confidence. That builds a sense of faith even in your ability to go out and perform, to go out and handle your business. So if you're talking about peak performance, and look, you don't have to be working in a corporate organization in order to apply these principles. We're talking about your daily life. Really. I mean, let's break it down. Let's take it down a little bit. We don't have to be behind the cubicle. We don't have to be behind the desk. We can talk about just your personal life. What is it you want to accomplish? Where is it you want to go? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you do? Say you want to take your life to the next level. Are you giving the next level your time, energy, and focus? What is your perception about the next level? What is that perception doing to you? What is it saying to you? How's it making you feel? What is it doing to your focus, man? Is it taking you off or is it putting you on? You know, it's like taking a picture, right? You got to zoom in on the thing. You got to manipulate it. You got to focus it. It takes time to do that. It takes focus to do that. It takes energy. It takes attention. But it can happen. So you got to give it that. You got to give it your time, energy, and your focus. And listen, I want to give you a tip. Here's the thing. Whenever you're in that place and you're taking a look at things, you're taking a look at your perception, you're taking a look at your perspective, here's what I want you to do. Because yeah, I get it. Sometimes these goals can look big. Sometimes the dream can look big. Sometimes the next level can look out of reach. But I want you to look back and I want you to look at the things that you've already accomplished. Take a look at that. You know, sometimes we want to go to the next level. We want to do the next thing. And all we can think about is the challenge and the obstacles and it might not work. And then we take a look at ourselves and all we can see is the failures, the shortcomings. Stop it. Take a look at your strengths. Take a look at the things that you've already accomplished. The state of mind that you were in when you accomplished those things. Where were you? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Where were you? Get back into that state. Get back into practicing those things. And you know, for a lot of you guys, it's just being in a healthy place. It's just taking care of your body. You mean, how many of you used to work out? How many, raise your hand if you used to work out. You remember when you used to work out? Oh man, you felt good. You had energy. You could tackle anything coming. You know, when you got home, you didn't feel like just sitting there. You want to go do something. You know? But now, you don't do that. It could be just eating right. It could be being social. It could be when I was used to being in a relationship. You know, reflect on the things that put you in a peak state. The things that had you on your game. Get back into that. You know, sometimes we think because we've gotten older that we can't do those things. Sometimes we think because we're young that we can't do those things. Reflect on that. Find your bliss. Find your oomph, the thing that gets you going. Remember the thing about yourself that you've accomplished. Remember that, because that can give you momentum. That can give you the force that you need to get going. And, you know, don't forget it. Because, yeah, I'll be honest with you, there are going to be challenges. There are going to be obstacles. That stuff is going to come. But that's why I say reflect on that. And even if you have to put a picture of something that you've done already on your bathroom mirror, in your car, somewhere that you see it every day so you can remember, right? Even if you have to put a picture when you was, you know, fit and you were healthy. Remind yourself that you have that capability. That you got to get back to that place mentally. Get back to that place emotionally. To go forward. To perform every day in a peak state. And the next thing that I want you to do, I want you to remember something here. I want you to remember this thing about control. See, there's 4 things that I want you to remember about control. This is about you. You can control what you say. You can control what you do. You can control what you think. And you can control how you feel. You can control that. You can control that. Regardless of what's going on the outside, regardless of what the environment is. Thanks, Elaine, for the like. Thank you, Mr. James Sinclair, for watching the show. Yeah, you can control those things. You can control what you think. You can control what you say. You can control what you do. And you can control how you feel. Believe it or not, you can control how you feel. That's why self-awareness is so important. Now, here's another 4 powerful things about control. Simple. You can't control what other people think. You can't control how other people feel. You can't control what other people do. And you cannot control what other people say. So why am I telling you that? Man, take the pressure off yourself. Take it off. Worry about you. Not to say that you're careless for other people or you're inconsiderate. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't let the weight of what other people think, how other people feel, what other people do, and what other people say hinder your performance. And I see it every day. We're so concerned. I wonder what they're going to say. I wonder what they're going to think. I wonder how they're going to feel if I, go to the next level. I wonder how they're going to feel if I mess up. I wonder how they're going to feel if I say it this way. If I say it that way. Come on, man. That's too much pressure. Get up there. Be yourself. Do you. Be prepared. Perform. Take the pressure off yourself. I want you to imagine professional athletes, basketball players on the court. Do you really think, even though there's like thousands of people in the stands, do you really think that they are thinking about what the people in the stands are saying, thinking, feeling, or doing? Like, be real. They are on the court. They are focused on the game at hand. You don't have time for all that. Nah. They're not thinking about all of that. They're thinking about executing. They're thinking about strategizing. They're thinking about game plan, performing, doing their job, doing their duty. You got to control you. And that is really all that you're responsible for. I mean, like, celebrate that. Like, you should feel better. Should feel better now. Because you can't control people. So now, with all that said, these are some surefire things that will allow you to perform in a peak state. You have to remember them. Perhaps you want to go back, watch the video again. Write these down. Put them beside your nightstand. Remember them. Because see, a lot of times when it's time to perform, so much chaos and so much is going on in your brain, you can't think about nothing. Right? You have to study this and get it into your subconscious, get it into your memory, get it into your being so that you can recall it. Peak performance, baby. That's what it's all about. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are looking for some people to help you go to the next level, to be a game changer, to perform at a peak state, join our community. Game Changer Transformation Community. Beautiful group of people, all about support, all about helping you go to the next level in life, business, professionally, in your relationships, whatever it is. We're here to support you. We're here to lift you up, to motivate you, to give you the knowledge, to give you the support, to give you the energy, the motivation, any and everything that you need. Right? Even if you need money, we'll go help you find the people that can get you the money that you need to start your business, to do whatever it is. Just pose the question. That's what the community is all about. So we would love to have you. We would love to support you. We would love to walk the journey with you. That's what Game Changers are all about. We are building a community of game changers, and we're going to change the world. We're going to change the game. And if you want to change the game in your life, if you want to change the game in what you're doing, if you want to change the game in your peak performance, let us know. Talk to us. Join the community, Game Changer Transformation Community. We would love to have you. Listen, I love you guys. And if you can see, I'm passionate about this stuff. I love it. And you know what? It's basic stuff. And I get that it's basic stuff. But you know what? We have to start there. We have to start with the fundamentals, the basics. You know, we can't slam dunk. We can't do the fancy dribbling. You can't drive the car 250 miles an hour around the track. You got to start here. And, you know, that's the mistake that people make. They got big goals, big dreams, and then they want to start running 10,000 miles an hour from the beginning. And then they wonder why they don't make it. That's not what we do here. We trust in the process. We set the goal, but we don't focus on the goal. We focus on the process. We focus on peak performance. We focus on doing the fundamentals. So that's what I'm going to keep feeding you, the fundamentals. All right? I want you to get those down. I want you to get them, become an expert at the fundamentals. That's what it's about. Because once you get that down, you're unstoppable. All right? And that's what it is. You're a game changer. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here with me. Thank you for your support. Hopefully, prayerfully, I will see you in the Game Changer community. Love to have you. Thank you once again. Have a beautiful, lovely night. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be on my page, my personal page. I always on Wednesdays. I come with a quick tip. I'm on about 5-10 minutes. It's around 9:30. I come on, just give a quick tip. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty, high energy. Obviously, I'm always high energy, So join me. Check it out. Check it out on my page. I would love to see you guys there. I'm going to have a powerful, quick tip for you that's going to help you be that game changer. All right. So love you guys again. Have a beautiful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Game changers. Talk to you later.